Hi everyone, my name is Vitaly. This video tutorial, and in this tutorial I will be talking about CraftForms plugin. I will be building a product. This video will be showcasing ecommerce possibilities of this plugin CraftForms. I would like to remind you I have a YouTube channel, Web Dev Talks, and this is where you probably see watching this video. And do remember to subscribe to the channel. Okay, let me switch to the localhost website. Here I have CraftForms plugin installed. I'm going to create a new form, and I'm going to start from scratch just to show you how it can be done. So I have completely a blank this Gutenberg canvas. There is nothing here, and to give you a perspective what we will be building, I have prepared a small document, so it will be roller blinds product. This is not the real product, and without real prices I invented this stuff. What I did not invent, obviously, is options that looks real. In fact, they can be used for real products, so it's just one of the options which can be used, right? Okay, so let's switch back to the form. I'm going to build it step by step. First of all, I would like to switch here. This is the Gutenberg setting, inner blocks, use content width. So then my form will be following the width of the content of the theme, and I'm using default WordPress theme here. I don't need paragraph. What I need is fields. So first of all, I need a radio field, and then let me select it. No, not here. I would like to select it here and then create group. And then I'm doing this because this way it will be easier to manage layouts. So I just wrap in all the form fields in layout. And also it's very important to remember to put options, these fields, inside the form element, CraftForm. Let me add another element, which would be text input. So, okay, a small step back. Where I get these blocks, these are custom blocks, and I can find them here. They are here, CraftForms blocks. These are custom blocks created for CraftForms plugin, and basically I choose between these. So here I need text input field. I also need, let me switch here to pages to understand. So for the first option, I will be using radio input. The second one is text input, then text input again. Then it will be radio input, and this one, it will be checkbox. Okay. So I need another. No, that one I will duplicate later. What I need is another radio, and then checkboxes. And then I also need info block. This is where I will be displaying the price. It's very convenient for customers to see the price immediately. And then we will not be using payments here. Date picker is not needed. And what we need is submit button. Here. Okay, now I switch to structure and open. Okay, form, I can skip it. So here I wrap all these fields in group, and then also info block, and then button I just place in the same group as info block here. Now I move groups into form like this. Okay, now I have my fields here. Okay, nice. So first option is this one. Let me copy So I have the option name fabric, and then I have two options, blockout and sunscreen. Okay, so here is fabric. This is the label of my option, and then I select options group. Here I have two options. I need, hold on. I select the radio field this way. So when the radio, form field is selected, then under general settings, I have panel options. I remove these two default ones and instead create new one. So first one is blockout. Okay. And the second option is sunscreen. Okay, and now I can actually select default one, blockout. So the first choice of this fabric option will be selected. Also, important stuff, I choose validation required because this is the obligatory required option. The second field is width, and this will be a label that hinting that the values should be in millimeters. Okay, now I select form field again. I have to put the field name. This is very important. And there is a small tip. Since all form fields, they have already form error message, right? And those form fields without field name, with empty field name, which is not correct. It should be defined, okay? But such fields can be spotted immediately because their error messages look like this. And when I put field name, in this case, the field name will be width, the error message, dynamic tag, will be shown here. And this already hints that for that form field, I already defined the field name, which is correct. And for this one, I forgot. So let's go back to the fabric and we do this. Okay. Now I have a width, but it's not, this field is not finished. I did not finish set up it because first of all, I would like to type number because obviously width millimeters should be numeric value. Then I need make it required. And then I decide that minimum value should not be 1, but 1000. Yeah, this is my requirements. This is my custom setup of this product. I will explain a bit later why it is 1000. Because obviously it can be custom value, anything you want based on your, let's say, business logic. And also default value will be 1000. Okay. Now I duplicate this field where I can duplicate here. So I'm bootstrapping creation of another field, which will be drop. So basically this is the same, just a different field name, but it shares the same requirements and minimum value, etc. Now, why I have chosen to group form fields, because this helps me to work with layout. So I selected group, I choose here stack, row, and yeah, okay, this way. So now I have nicely placed together two form fields in one row. Next option will be, I actually don't remember what it should be, roll direction. And then we have front roll and back roll. Okay, so here in the label, I put roll direction. And in options, also here, I should put field name since I here. This field also will be required. Okay, and now options, and remove this one because I don't I would like to create new ones. Why? I will tell you why, because let me just copy front roll and back roll. Okay. Why I remove default ones? Because once I set here label, then I focus by tabbing. I focus on another, on the next input, or just click. What I did, I clicked outside, right? The value will be automatically filled in based on the label. And I don't want to leave it as option 1 because of the default label, default option label. Okay. So it's just easier to remove and then recreate. Another option will be back roll. And here, this is required. We set default value to front roll. I think it's more user friendly for customers to have some predefined values. Then the validation will be less bothering for the user, right? Okay, and the last one is this, which will be checkbox. This is optional, absolutely optional form field. Here it has a little bit long label like this. It has should have only one option, and this option would be rubber inserts and the price. Here I put this one. I just want to remove 15, so just rubber inserts, just because later maybe I would like to change the value of this stuff. And also, since this option has price, there is a setting price, and I set it immediately to 15, like this. Okay, now validation, I don't need it because it's not required. Field name, right. So here we put rubber. Okay, let's check rubber direction with drop fabric. Okay, it looks fine. Now go back to fabric, this one. Actually, I would like to turn this option into different mode, image mode, so it will be swatch-like option. Here in the options, I have this option style setting. I check it. I choose image swatches, and then square is okay. And then immediately after I change option style, there is a new setting image here. And let me close because I don't remember. It's block out. Okay. So I asked iChat to generate me some images, and here I am with this nice art, right? So I choose here this block out image, and for another one I choose another image, which is sunscreen, and then it helps to understand the difference between these options, because maybe somebody don't know what does it mean block out or sunscreen. So at least it explains something. But these images obviously are too large. So here there is a setting width and height, and for width I can set 200. Yeah, 200 is fine. Now I don't like they are in a column. For that I choose options group here, where my choices are created. And I also have the same layout setting as for group. I choose, instead of column vertical, I choose row horizontal. And now this is exactly what I need. Yes. Okay. I can close this group, this row, this group, also this group. I can save draft. Okay. Just in case. Now let's go back to info block. It will be quite special block. First of all, I would like to add background. It will be this pink one, and also add some padding. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to add a paragraph, because info block itself, it's not content block, it's more like a group. It's layout block. You cannot write text directly inside the info block. Other blocks should be used, content specific blocks like paragraph, heading, etc. I have added paragraph, but it should be inserted like a child for info block. And now I can type here price, and then in this info block I will be displaying the price calculated in this form. To display, for that I need dynamic tag, and when I want to insert dynamic tag, I need a context menu with dynamic tags, and to show it I can trigger it by writing double curly braces. Here I actually show also values of the form fields, but here I don't have price yet. It's because, let me remove this one. It is because I did not set up price. And so when there is no formula here in dynamic tags menu, there will not be this special tag for price. So here I can set even 11. It's also formula, it's just static, it's always 11, right? And now here I should see currency and price, two new dynamic tags. First I insert currency, then I insert price calculated. These are two special dynamic tags that will be used for displaying the price of this product. By the way, let's insert the name for this form. Blinds, roller blinds form, not blondes, but blinds. Okay, nice. Now what I need is actually define the nice formula, not this one, like static one, but the one that uses these variables. Let me explain how I will be calculating the price based on which parameters. So first of all, the price depends on the type of fabric. This product will have different prices whether blockout or sunscreen fabric is chosen. Then also the price depends on the width and drop, which means dimensions. Bigger dimensions means bigger price. Roll direction does not have impact on the price. And this optional base rail rubber insert will add 15 if checked, otherwise nothing extra. Now let me switch to numbers. Here I prepared two table pricing. One is for blackout and another for sunscreen. Once again, the prices are not real and they completely invented, but you see they're different. So when I switch, it can be seen that they are getting changed. So for that, I need to do export to CSV, and this way I will insert them faster. Rather than inserting manually, I just, let me save prices on desktop. Okay. Now let me switch back to Firefox. So in order to proceed, we go to Smart Variables, Manage Smart Variables. I click this button and it opens this nice modal window for me. Let me explain what is this this model. What does it represent? Let's say here I can create new smart variables, and on the right I have information about already created variables and some additional information about functions which can be used in my expressions. the form fields, they are also variables. Each form field, based on its form field name, each of them represents variable. So fabric is related to form field fabric, width is related to this form field, etc. Okay, and defined variables are those which are created additionally, and smart variables are actually these additional extra variables which are not based on the form field. They are added additionally, created additionally, okay? They kind of virtual variables. The first variable will be type table. So I click here because I insert in table pricing, I need table. I have to insert variable name, and in this case it will be block out prices. Okay, and now instead of inserting manually all those numbers here in this table, which I can also do like this, like typing something here and then something here, or let's say like this and then like this, etc. I can do that, obviously. However, there is import CSV, and it will be much easier for me to just import this CSV. I have to use CSV. So I have chosen block out table after doing export, right? This is the export of my spreadsheet. I click here, and then those values are automatically inserted into the table, and these prices will be used when fabric type block out is chosen. And here for column, for these values, I choose width. So when a specific width will be defined by customer, those will be checked against column values, this column headers, okay? And then row variable is for drop here. So we have intersection, we will have intersection of values, width and drop, and then specific cell, and this cell is the price. This is how it works. And we have different lookup strategies to find this cell. Sometimes it matters. So exact match means that the values should be exactly this. When it often happens that user does not define width that we have, like 1200. Some users have windows of 1300 millimeters width, right? Something like this. For that, we use two other lookup strategies: closest up or closest. Closest means it will be rounded to nearest. So in case user defines width 1050, if I choose closest, then it will be rounded to 1000, to the first column. So the cell will be searched in the first column. If I choose strategy to closest up, the values will be rounded up. Not just rounded, but rounded always up. So even if it will be 1001, the values will be rounded to 1200, and the price will be looked in the second column. And the same happens for the rows. So this lookup strategy works both for columns and for rows. It's not possible to set different strategies for rows and separate from columns. No, there is only one strategy that works for both these. And I think I finished. Well, actually, I set default value 0 and then click add. Okay, I do the same for the second variable, sunscreen prices, price, okay, price, import sunscreen table, importing CSV, then selecting here with, and for row we have drop, and lookup strategy will be closest up, and default value will be 0, and add. Okay, so now I have inserted table pricing. The third variable will be Ruber price. And for that, I will be using type linked. This type of smart variable should be used for options which are either radio or select or checkboxes. So those with sub-options. And here I actually choose Ruber insert, this one. Okay, and then lookup value. It's kind of lookup strategy, but this is based on this specific value, because here we always use exact match. However, what we are looking for? We are looking for label, just for displaying purposes in info block, for instance, or we looked for prices. In this case, since I want to have a price for this Ruber option, obviously I click price. And then again, default value will be 0 and add. Okay, and now I have 3 new defined variables. The next variable will be my price formula. Price formula. I can use expression here, or I can use expression here in this panel. In the sidebar. Actually, it's kind of the same expression type formula field. Okay. However, instead of having here a lone expression, I would rather have it here and then use just this price formula in this setting. So it can be defined this or that way. It works the same. So, what will be my expression? First of all, if fabric is equal to blockout, and this blockout is a value of suboption, it should be the same. Okay, I just remember what I typed in, so I'm sure it's blockout. Then we use blockout price. Here I can click, it will be copied, and I can paste it here. Otherwise, I click sunscreen price variable and insert it here. Okay, so this is my logical expression. When fabric is blockout, then use these prices. Otherwise, they use this one. And it works. Yeah, obviously it will work because there is only 2 options it's required and nothing else can be chosen, right? Now I put it inside parentheses and I write plus add the Ruber price. So in addition to these prices, I will add additional extra if user chooses to pick it. And default value is also null, 0. Add. Okay, now save changes. And here I write price formula. Actually, it would be better to have references of the smart variables created and also all variables, right? Obviously. But okay, we have this one. And now I click publish. Okay, now let me open a new page. Here I have pre-created just a regular page, roller blinds. This is the empty page. And here here I will be inserting my synchronized pattern, my form. So I type slash and then cra just to filter. And when I now I have this first choice, my roller blinds form, and this icon tells me that this is a sync pattern. This is exactly what I need. So I click it, and now I have my form on this page. Now click save. Let's open this page. Okay, now I previewing it like a regular customer. And I have this form, and I can click options. When I click, okay, block out is pre-selected. Then I have predefined default width and drop. I can change my option. I can add extra. When I click it, the price is getting changed. You see the 15 is getting added. Okay, and now I can also define different widths. The price is also different, or I can define the bigger price. Okay, and then when I choose a different sunscreen, the price is also getting changed. Here we go. Okay, this is how it works. So, and for instance, I have decided to order sunscreen with these dimensions. Okay, back roll and rubber inserts with total 355. And I click submit. It should have been the message. I don't see it. Okay, let's check in submissions. Okay, maybe there was a message, but I didn't see it. The message that says, yeah, there is no message because I did not insert notification. Right. So for that, we actually need notification, right? I totally forgot it. Another, I opened the blocks inserter. I would like to filter blocks. So I type craft. And now here I'm looking for notification, this one. Okay. So I have added it here now. Now it's good, but just to make sure, okay, it is inside. No, it's not inside. Let me put it inside the group, just to be sure it's inside the form. Okay, it should. There is no requirements that it should be in the group, this notification. However, it should be inside the form, and basically it does not matter much where it is, because I'm using classic display mode, which is tossed like that when notification is sliding right from the right side screen, top right in this case. Well, actually I can choose it as well. Okay, let's check form submissions. This is my submission from page 32. It's recorded here, and I can view it. So it was sunscreen with these dimensions. Do you remember? Back roll. This rubber inserts, I have chosen it, and then the price. So this is the light option. It works like inquiry form, right? It is inside submissions. But we go even further. We will use catalog items. So it's a real ecommerce possibilities. This enhanced version. Okay, I have pre-created one catalog item, so here I can create new one, right? But I already did it. This one, roller blinds. Its status is active, which means it can be used. And here I click edit. I insert the title. The type is product. It cannot be changed once created, but other type is booking, because CraftForms supports bookings as well. However, this is not the part of this tutorial. We are talking about type product here. Description is completely optional, and the status I can keep a draft archived. So it just changes the visibility. I will explain it later when I will be connecting form to specific catalog item. Now, how it works. I will not be using inventory here, at least for now, okay? What I will be using, well, actually nothing, because I will explain how these three panels works a bit later. For now, I will not be defining anything here, but just to give you understanding what it is possibility to extend already existing form with some specificities of this specific catalog item. And when I doing this, I would rather to choose the specific form to have references. Once I choose it, there are references of the variables, form fields, and also formula used in that form that I selected here, okay? But for now, I will not be doing it, but I will do it in moments. So there is nothing saved here. I did not make any changes. Now I go back to my pages, roller blinds. Now this form, when I select it, there is a catalog item selection, and I can leave it as is, and then this form just creates submissions if such submit action is used. It's not used here, okay, but it created save submission. Okay, it should be like this. Yeah, I will investigate it. Not sure. It's strange. Yeah, but based on the submit action, it just saves the form or sends also email, etc., etc. And additionally, here I can connect this specific instance of this form to the specific catalog item. So here I do roller blinds. Now this form is connected. There is another possibility to preview this connection here on the panel page. There is a linked catalog item selection, so it can be done here or here. It's just more convenient to do it here because I instantly see the result, right? Then I save, then I reload the page. Now let's try again, but what do we choose? Block out. We choose 1200 and 1200. Front all roll and without rubber inserts, then submit. Okay, now we see this notification here. Now I go back to, where should I? Okay, here. Instead of displaying form, I open catalog item. No, actually orders. And now this is the date today. I ordered roller blinds. This was the price. And this order now under admin menu orders. There is a specific page for that, and I can preview it here. It looks pretty much like submissions. There is also order details. There is status of the order that then changes if, for instance, if I would use stock inventory, and I cancel or refund the order, then inventory will be refilled. Otherwise, if confirmed or paid, the inventory will be kept reduced. There is a summary of the ordered data, and also it's not just a visual upgrade of the regular request price form. Only orders, only using catalog items and ordering system, it's possible to connect also online payments. So CraftForms supports Stripe powered online payments. I will not be showing it in this tutorial. I will do this in another tutorial, but just to give you understanding, Why it matters? It's more manageable. There is more e-commerce like analytics, and probably there is more will be added in the future to the plugin. But for now, it does a lot by allowing managing this data in more this e-commerce format, right? And also another thing is, and this is the biggest feature of CraftForms. Now I will be reusing the same form and creating another product. So in this case, I have double roller blinds, and I click it here. I change status to active. There is no data inserted here yet, so I will show you how to do that. The idea is, since I have one form that can be reused, it's not always the case. However, it is more manageable to have less forms, more catalog items, which just extend those forms dynamically. And this is exactly what I will be doing here. So first of all, I extend that optional form field that we have about Ruber. So for reference, to give a more to be more precise, to use specific names, I should choose roller blinds form. And here I will be merging. Strategy is merge this option Ruber. So here I put the exact name Ruber. This is the name of the form field. Here I decide which option style I am using. I'm using default, not color and not image. This is not fabric. This is Ruber. This is just checkbox. And I will not be overriding. Actually, I will be overriding. So what is the difference, override and merge? I would use merge if I just want to add a new options. And I will be, or also change existing ones if the value is the same. Or I will be using override if I want to provide completely new set of options. So those in the form will be disregarded, and only this used here will be added. In this case, I will be overriding, and let me go back to the forms here, roller blinds. Okay, so first of all, I open options. I click and copy label. Here it will, for double roller blinds for this new product, the price will be 25, and here I set 25, and then I add a new option value, new choice. I mean, I don't know. It's not real stuff, but something like reinforced. Let's say it's very durable stuff, and it would cost 50. I'm not sure this stuff exists, but as I said, it's just for the sake of the tutorial. We will have these new choices for the Ruber, okay? And then for smart variables, I will be using completely new pricing, completely different for block out price and sunscreen price. In this case, I choose merge, because I will not be changing all smart variables, just two of them. So the merge strategy is merge. I click add variable, I click table, I have to keep the same names. This is how it understands what it should be overridden. Otherwise, the new smart variable will be created. For instance, if I choose variable name that does not exist yet, it will be added In this case, it will be overridden, specifically blockout price. Now I'm going to import CSV, but first I have to do this. Let me do this. Okay, I did a quick export to CSV in the background. I have a new folder, prices double roller blind. Here I choose blockout table. Now I did not change everything. I changed only 4 prices here. I added this 99. This is the same price, but with 99. So it's just a little bit bigger. And then the same here with drop. This is the same setup. Closest up 0. Okay. New smart variable. The next one, table, click here, paste here, import CSV, another table. I'm trying to do it faster with, and then for row we use drop, look up closest and 0 and add. So I'm going to override only these two. Rubber price is fine, price formula is fine. Price formula, I will not be redefined the formula. It's also possible. I can do it here. Well, actually, why not? Let's put it like this. 1.5 times price formula. It cannot be. Okay, I should select it here. Okay, this way. Yeah. Save. Now I have the second double roller blinds. Okay, so what I do next is, probably I don't need this form. So I open here pages. I have roller blinds, and now I will add a page double roller blinds. And then here I insert the same roller blinds form. And I choose the catalog item double roller blinds here. So I connected specific instance of this form to another catalog item. I click publish. Okay. Now let's open the preview. So now I have page double roller blinds and roller blinds. It can be immediately seen that the options, these choices a bit different. Oh, sorry. Okay, like this. You see? This is the difference. Let me reload this page here. So those are default values. Okay. Now. And for instance, I choose sunscreen and sunscreen. Okay, and 1,400. Oh, then it will be the same as in that table. Okay, this one. And then I can click here. It also adds the value, right? And then I click submit. Thanks for your order. Then I go back to catalog and orders. And now what we have here is I have the second order. I have a catalog item reference. So here someone ordered roller blinds. And here someone ordered double roller blinds. This is a different product. It has its own price. So yeah, this is the I think the most important feature and specifically a commerce oriented feature of CraftForms plugin.